Alright, guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. Divinely Guided Intuition and Insights. Reboot with Reagan. Be sure to join me on my podcast as well. I'm going to do a collective reading. First one we're going to pull is the Energy Oracle cards. First one out, the Sun. Beautiful card. Happiest card in the deck. Someone's looking at happiness. Another one of these. Blossoming abundance. Wow. It's incredible. Moving up in the world. Goes from a 1 to a 3. Beautiful card. Very happy as well. Past, present, and future. Possibly looking at coming into some anxiety. But you're strong. Looks like you're going to be just fine. I think we'll get a couple of these. Wisdom of the Oracles. See past, present, and future again. First one out. Under the Sun card comes a change in the wind. The blessing abundance gets orphaned. And anxiety gets come to the edge. Something's been happening repeatedly. Some kind of cycle has been repeating. But with the Sun card, with the change in the wind, something happened and brought in some happiness. And with that happiness comes some fears, of being left out, or maybe you've been abandoned or orphaned before, and you are worried that if you're opening yourself up, maybe that's a possibility of happening again. But I'll tell you guys, the only reason we repeat the steps and things we think of as mistakes in our past is because we continuously think about them and manifest them into our future. So it's these fears we have to let go of, because they're bringing in this anxiety. Anxiety is an emotion. Our emotions are a map to our path, right? We're supposed to steer away from things of anxiety, because those are just fears coming up. So deal with whatever that is emotionally. And when that comes up, we get given the opportunity to come to the edge, and that's where real lasting change actually comes into play. It's that, oh my God, I just can't take this anymore energy. And with the Sun and the change of wind, we've got the Star card. Beautiful major arcana. It's coming in with hope and strength. The Blossoming of Abundance and the Orphan card, we get the Queen of Fire. She's a queen. She is very, I'm seeing this card here as someone is very about their beauty. They're very poised, but they're very intelligent. Very strong woman, very passionate. Maybe it's you, maybe it's someone in your life, or maybe someone you just met, coming in with the present. Something is happening with that now. Anxiety gets the 4 of air with coming to the edge. It's contemplation. Go within, ask and wait for the answer. So this could be regarding anything in your life. It could be romantic or otherwise. It looks like what I'm feeling here is that there's some female or feminine type energy that feels very nurturing to you. It could be a masculine, but something is very nurturing to you, and it makes you feel very good, but also very nervous at the same time, coming in with this anxiety. Maybe you've just developed feelings for this person, and now you're like, oh gosh, now I'm afraid of what could happen, But with the Page of Water here, it looks like there's definitely something in the beginning stages, or something young or new, someone young. But it's asking you with the Hermit card at the bottom of the deck to go within. And I don't know why I'm being drawn to the 18 here, and that's half. half, something about half. When we're in a relationship, we don't give 50-50. It's 100 and 100. If I give you 50% of me, then I'm not giving you enough. And if I'm getting 50% of you, then that's not enough, because we can't survive with that. And if we do, it's only surviving, it's not thriving. We came here to live a co-creative life of abundance, and that's what we should be doing. So what do we have to let go of in terms of surrendering to the divine? What do we need to let go of in order for all of this to work itself out? Yep. Surrender your fear of intimacy. You are ready to let love in. Compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. So these patterns of anxiety for fears that things from the past will repeat themselves, you gotta let that go. And with the Hermit card there at the bottom of the deck, this surrender to silence is coming in, saying, hey, maybe you need a vacation. It looks like this is some kind of little secluded island. Maybe you want to take a vacation. In quiet meditation and contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal and replenish you. That's for sure. That is for sure. And stubbornness. Somebody's really stubborn here. Like, come on, guys. Yes. Let the divine timing take place. It's time. At the bottom of the deck, we've got, you've been healing things. You're being a little stubborn here with this surrender stubbornness. If you're tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. This will help you communicate more lovingly with others and yourself. So the most important words we ever hear are the words we say to ourselves. So speak often and kindly, because no one else is going to. This is one of my philosophies. Also, it's not the message often that isn't received well, it's the delivery of it. So if we take that soft approach that it's saying here and be more compassionate and maybe see yourself in their place for a moment and say, you know what, maybe they're just trying as hard as they can. Maybe they're just doing the best they can with what they have as far as resources at their disposal at the time. So we always have to think of, as I pick this up, letting go of ego is at the bottom. We always have to think of letting go of our judgments and things, and those are all of the ego. So let's get one of these cards for some guidance. We want to know what's the outcome guidance to get the best possible outcome. There we go. Let go of ego again. Came right back out after I shuffled them 5 or 6 times. Make each day count. Let go of your ego. Approach life with a more childlike spirit, and like you're experiencing things for the first time, and try to look at them from a different angle, even if it's the same kind of thing you're used to, the same kind of experience. Make each day count. You are never alone. So just be yourself. Spirit says be yourself, and the right people will come. Sometimes that means we have to let go of toxic relationships in order to, feel joy in everything that we do. We have to let go of these toxic relationships so we are not burdened by the troubles that those things that we need to release, the stubbornness, the fear of intimacy, and surrendering to silence. Sometimes you just got to get out of the chatter of everything. So let's go ahead and get these. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's the wrong one. It's this one. It's the Black Moon astrology cards here. So, wow, that's a lot. We'll just take the top one here. Solar eclipse, the revolution. This could be, a lot of change in the world. This is the age of the awakening, guys. I'm telling you this. It's certainly something that we need to consider. In the revolution, maybe it's time to revise your friendship list with the 11th house of friends at the bottom of the deck. The 44 and the 35 here. It's 79 together. You've got to give a sacrifice. You've got to look at your friendships, at your relationships, at the events that you're doing and activities that you're taking part in, participating in, that you need to possibly revise that list. With the revolution, it's saying it's time for change. You're ready for change. You've been wanting change. And maybe it's just a new friend group. Maybe get yourself involved in some networking events or something around your area. You can look online. Just say local networking events near me and hit search on Google or Bing. I feel like there's something else. Let me see. This deck here has been calling out to me lately. It's the Mystical Shaman Oracle card decks. Gorgeous cards. A lot of great messages come through from these cards. The child. Someone needs to heal their childhood. Or maybe there's a child that needs healing in your life. It could be your inner child, or it could be a physical child outside of you. Maybe it's someone that you know. Maybe you just need to spend a little time with them. Maybe they just need to know that whatever scars and marks they may have experienced in their past, whether they be physical scars and marks or psychological or emotional ones, you can still facilitate their growth by being a kind, I'm hearing a steady force in their life, a steady person, someone that's dependable, predictable. And and with the medicine wheel, you've got north, south, east, west. See from every angle what the possibility of growth and healing is for the two of you, because this is always a co-creative experience. This is also a 35. So it's a co-creative experience. We learn from one another. I always tell people I can learn from anybody. I can learn from a little tiny child all the way up to anything in between that, or a geriatric client or friend or person, someone who's older, much older. It's not just the wisdom of the age and experience that comes. It's also ideals and things that are outside of the norm of society or what you're used to even. And you get to experience these things in other people, and it opens you up like, oh, wait, that's actually kind of cool. I've never heard of that. I didn't know about it, but now that I do, I'm like, oh, that kind of opens me up to other things. Maybe it's a religion. Maybe you think, oh, witchery, though that's all black magic. No, maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a position you take on it, Maybe it's something that you want to practice from the divine light side of things, like I do. Ask your ancient ones. They're here for you. They're always here for us. All of the spirit. This is we're living a human experience. We're divine spiritual beings living a human experience. But we still have access. We're all psychic, guys. It's the degree to which we let it in. Magic is your birthright. All you have to do is believe. Seeing is believing. Yeah, well, that's the 3D version of things. But honestly, I don't need to see it. Actually, I'm more intrigued by that which is true that I can't see than those things that I can see. I'm like, oh, wow, this is incredible. Like, this is better than drugs, It's an incredible connection, I love spirits. They love me. And, yes, we just need to go with it. We need to try to heal whatever this childhood or child trauma is, Maybe some hugs and kisses, maybe throwing a ball. Maybe just sitting down having a conversation, or, kicking back and watching a movie together, something like that. Just be yourself. Try to be the best version of yourself for this child, whether it be a physical child or an inner child. Okay? That's all I have for you today, guys. Thanks so much for joining me, being here. I love you. You're the best part of my channel and my practice. I love doing these readings. If you'd like to make a donation, I would definitely appreciate it. It gives me more opportunity to stay